Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and I've got Frith with me, and we are going to be answering Rikkistar101's prompt, what were your childhood creative influences? And I've been putting this together for a while, so I'll start with this. And I'm using the House at Pooh Corner because it's the one that happens to be handy, but it's really A.A.Milne's poetry collections when we were very young, and now that we are 6, I think. And I don't have a copy of them kicking around, but I do have House at Pooh Corner. And it's funny because when I was a little kid, like needing to be read to, my mother didn't read Winnie the Pooh things to me because she thought I'd be insulted because they were silly. And so I discovered them when I was in junior high school, and a friend of mine kept, quoting these cute poems, and it was like, where are these from? And so she shared them with me, and I've been really quite captivated by Winnie the Pooh and all just the idea of the toys, Christopher Robin's toys being alive and such a big part of his life, and having their own stories. And so that's been a huge influence on me creatively. And unfortunately, Frith is standing on one of my other ones, so I'm going to have to move her so you won't see her as well. She's still there, just short. So this is another major influence on me, and this was Ellen Montgomery's series Anne of Green Gables, and this very boxed set was my older sister's collection, and I started out and I read them. I don't have any idea how old I was when I would have read them the first time, but I do know that I've read them once a year ever since. So there's Anne of Green Gables, Anne of Avonlea, and Anne of the Island. And I'm completely captivated by Anne and her sort of disastrous mistakes that she made, and her idea that tomorrow's a new day that doesn't have any mistakes in it yet, and her closeness and Ellen Montgomery's closeness with the environment in Prince Edward Island and in the Maritimes. So, and probably has something to do with why I'm quite fixated on redheads, and why I'm so thrilled to have my freckly little Frith. And I'm getting glared at by Pet Took across the way because she has blonde hair, and I love my blonde-haired girls, but yeah, it's Anne's fault that I was interested in redheads, I think. Also, I was extremely, just that whole, the earlier time periods, and the idea of not having electric lights and all of those sorts of things. I spent a lot of time at King's Landing, and I think I've talked about that before, which is a historical village that covers the 1800s roughly. And so when I was in junior high school, I had my own little oil lamp, and I would light my little oil lamp downstairs, and I would write my poetry in my journal by the light of my oil lamp, and so that's a pretty...
You're like an 1800s goth kid.
I was an 1800s goth kid?
Well, like if there were goth kids in the 1800s. Who are you talking to?
I'm making, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Jesse's...
Well, you said
talking
that
at me.
They were like as if you were like recording live.
Oh, yeah,
you
no.
You could just cut this out.
Or I could just leave it in.
But I couldn't hold back any longer.
So why am I an 1800s goth kid?
Sitting alone in the dark with your little oil lamp writing poetry?
Okay, well, maybe. Okay, and this is the other influence I'm going to share. There is one more, but I couldn't find a copy of it anywhere. So this is a book that it's, I don't know if you could tell the texture of the cover. It's a suede covered book. It was my grandmother's, and she was very, very into the poems of Robert Service, and so there's a whole set of these. And one of the ones from Song of the Sourdough, which is this one, was just is a family icon, or it's a we used to well, we still do kind of. We used to recite it, and particularly my older brother and sister, while they were washing dishes. I'm having trouble finding it in here. Oh, there it is. While they were washing dishes, they would recite this, and it still comes up at every family gathering. And so this is the cremation of Sam McGee. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic... Wait, sorry, my bad. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. The northern lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge. I cremated Sam McGee. So, yet another... I think this may have had something to do with my particular interest in poetry. And then the thing that I couldn't find to show you, and I can't pronounce the guy's name. I have no idea how it's supposed to be pronounced, but my the sister who's closer to me in age gave me these little softcover poetry books called Grooks, and they're by a poet named, I'm going to guess, Pete Hein? It's Piethein is how you spell his name. And they were just marvelous, short, little, quirky, fairly sarcastic poems, and they were illustrated with line drawings, and I had 5 or 6 volumes of them, and they were just very cool. And so I hang on to sort of more the image of them, because at some point, like an idiot, I gave the books away, and I haven't been able to, you can buy them for sort of almost rare book prices. Like if you go to find one on Amazon, they're, you know, it was probably a $2 book to start with, and we're up into the $29, and so I'm not really willing to spend that, and but I do kind of miss them. But you can look them up online, and there are a number of them that you'll be able to find. So the Grooks, he kind of named that form of poetry. So anyway, so those are, I guess, my creative influences, and it was really fun thinking about this over time, and bantering with Petuk in the background as I was making the video. Yeah, so have a great day. Bye.